All right, guys. Thanks for coming out to the Carson Comedy Club. This is the 2-minute warning. We got about 2 minutes left before we get rocking and rolling. We're trying to get a couple more stragglers in here. So once again, 2-minute warning if you guys want to grab a drink or run to the bathroom one last time before we get started. Now would be the time to do it. Also, now's the time. Turn those cell phones off or on silent. And we'll get started here in just about 2 minutes or so. Once again, thanks for coming out to the Carson Comedy Club. We're going to have ourselves some fun. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out to the Carson Nugget Comedy Club on a Friday night. How's everyone doing? That was all right. I mean, that's better than most people do on the first try, but let's try that one more. I think you can do a little bit better. How's everyone doing on a Friday night? There we go. There we go. Somehow we got worse, but that's okay. I don't, no, I'm kidding. Listen, guys, we're going to have ourselves some fun here tonight. Please make sure, once again, all your cell phones are on silent, turned off. You got a pager or something, turn that bitch off. If you have a pager, I hope your drug dealing business in 1997 is doing well for you. But welcome to 2022. Just make sure all that stuff is quiet, silent. Keep your table talk to a minimum, man. Remember, people got comped good tickets to come out and see the comedians, and they sound better when they're being funny. You sound better when you're not, all right? So let's keep those table talks to a minimum. But we are going to have ourselves some fun here tonight. So once again, who's ready to get this show started? All right, thank you guys so much once again for coming out. We got a very special guest host in the house tonight. You might have seen him on Showtime. You might have seen him on the CW. You might have seen him at a buffet when those things were still open. And I know you've seen him very, very recently. You're going to recognize him, man. Make some noise. Give it up for your host, Mr. Oscar Ovies. Yeah, it's the guy who took your fucking tickets. A lot of you guys are like, I know this fucker. Where have I seen him before? Nope, not Gabriel Iglesias' stunt double. No. Right over there, going, oh, we're gonna get a drink, go to the bar, and all the bullshit they tell me to fucking say when I come here every once in a while, just so I can collect my check and go back and play PlayStation 4. I gotta cover a certain amount of things, otherwise I don't get paid, you know what I'm saying? So, how are we doing Friday night? We're doing good, yes? Good, man. Welcome to Carson Comedy. We're going to have ourselves a blast here. We got a special guest that's going to pop in unadvertised. Not just me. I'm not talking about me now. I'm talking about another special guest. We're going to have some fun. I love coming down here. I've been doing comedy for a long time. I'm from this area. We always have a lot of regulars, including a lot of people who saw me just last weekend. So I apologize to you guys. We got to deal with the same shit. Clearly, there's a lot to do here in Carson City. They're back, but it's always fun to see when people come in. How many people are local? Yeah, holy shit, Jesus Christ, wow. How many people have never been here before? What the fuck have you guys been doing? Like, there's nothing to do. Like, there's literally 6 people who were here just both nights last week. You know what I'm saying? We were here Friday and fucking Saturday, and now they're back on Friday again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've never been here before, ma'am? In the white right there, just raise your hand. No? Yeah. You do you really like bowling or something? Like, what the fuck? Like, there's one fucking movie theater and then like kind of a bowling alley. Are you just waiting for the Panera Bread to open? Is that it? Like everybody else in this fucking town is like, everyone's like, I know it finally fucking did. Jesus. God damn. Like, yeah, let's say fuck the show and let's all just go to Panera Bread. God damn, that fucking sign has been up for literally like 2.5 years. Like, no, like that's fucking coming soon, and it ain't coming that soon, you know what I'm saying? And fucking now everyone's like, yay, and then it's gonna be shitty service, and you know, everyone's gonna be like, fuck it, let's go to Chick-fil-A, it's right next door. It's like the same thing when that fucking Chick-fil-A opened, there was fucking lines up to fucking South Lake Tahoe and shit, and everyone, now I go there and nobody fucking goes. Because they suck ass. The food is good, but the service. Nobody here works for Chick-fil-A, so you don't like fucking own Chick-fil-A, do you? That would be just my luck. The president of Chick-fil-A's here on a fucking Friday night. We just came down and analyzed the store. Turns out I got work to do. Fuck. Panera Bread. My girlfriend's so fucking psyched for that Panera Bread. If I had to listen to the Panera, they painted the outside like it's shit. Like everybody was like, yeah, great. The Mexicans finally finished their other job, and then they came over to this shit. You get this done. Panera Bread was way down on the fucking list. Like, what took so long? That fucking building has been abandoned for like 2 fucking years, right? I mean, seriously. Like, what possibly could have gone in there? Like, I don't, and she's like, I've never had Panera Bread. Has anybody ever had Panera Bread before? Yeah? I've never had it. She's like, you're going to love it. I'm like, really? She goes, they have really good salads. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking to? Is there a skinny guy behind me that I don't fucking see you're having a conversation with? Like, salads? What the fuck? She's like, oh, their soups are so good. I'm like, what the fucking planet are you living on? I'm going to go get a drive-through salad and fucking soup? Shit. Like, really? Like, do they have anything with a dead fucking cow on it that's, like, covered in milk? No, they don't. Yeah, you're goddamn right. I've been fucking waiting 2 years to go get a cranberry walnut fucking salad and shit. She's like, their fucking sandwiches are so good. The bread is real. And I'm like, what the fuck? No. I'll see you at fucking, when you go to Panera Bread, and I'll be at fucking Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. You know what I love about Chick-fil-A is they always go, can I get a name for the order? Right? They always say that when you go through the drive. Can I get a name for the order? And it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and there's no one else in the fucking drive-thru. And then when I pull the window, they're like, what's the name on the order? I'm like, it's the only motherfucker in this drive-thru. That's the name on the order. Yeah, the only guy. Yeah, the guy. Just write guy. That's all you need to write. Guy. And give me my spicy chicken sandwich. I'm going to Chick-fil-A after this now. I'm fucking hungry. She said that shit. Their salads are so good. Like, bitch. Oh, my goodness. Well, welcome, guys who have never been here before. I hope you guys come back and see us again. As I know that, I don't know when the state fair is or something. You're probably planning that shit on your account. So next time we go out. Is that it? Have you guys just not been out since, like, the COVID and shit? Or you're just like, what? It's always interesting. People are like, I live here. I'm like, have you ever been here? No. I'm like, well, thanks for fucking supporting your small town business and shit. Jesus. Oh, my goodness, man. I know you've been here to cash your check and shit, so fucking this. Comedy club right up the fucking stairs, I damn. Oh, my goodness. No, man, I love getting to come here. I'm from the area. I was raised in Fernley. That's where I was raised. Thank you. Last Friday I had a girl in the crowd, and I was like, I'm raised from Fernley. And she's like, Ferntucky. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I'm like, where are you from? She's like, Stagecoach. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Really? I was like, Ferntucky's the made-up name. Stagecoach is the actual fucking name of your town. Like, are you shitting me? Stagecoach doesn't have a fucking Lowe's, okay? Or a fucking Chick-fil-A. They goddamn sure don't have a Panera Bread, I'll tell you that. You gotta go find some fucking native there to fucking hook you up with some soup and shit, The salads at Stagecoach suck, I'll tell you that right now. But it's fun, though. I love getting a chance to come around, and now I live right around the corner with my girlfriend. So I did comedy I was on the road a lot right up until the shutdown, the pandemic, and that fucked that right in the ass and said nope. And so I don't go on the road as much anymore now. So it's always fun when I get a chance to just make a quick little jaunt, come over. These crowds are always fun. You guys are always a blast, man. So I hope you guys are ready to run. We are. We're going to have some fun here. Yeah. Yeah, man, it is. It's always fun, and I'm always excited to get up here because it's been a crazy year. It's been on Tuesday, my son turned 6 months old, which is great. Yeah, it's my firstborn, so I'm a brand new dad, man, brand new dad, and it was nuts. It was a crazy summer. He recently, on September 23rd, he had heart surgery. Yeah, which was crazy. It was nuts. It was he had heart surgery the same day that I found. It was not funny, but I had a woman sitting in the front last week. Not the Stagecoach bitch. It was a different chick. And she's not here tonight, is she? Fuck. No, I had a woman sitting in the front. She was super nice, but I always ask that when I'm here. I'm like, who lives here but has never been here? She's like, me, I've never been here. And I gave her the same kind of teasing, and I'm like, what brings you out tonight? And she says, my husband just passed away. Yeah, right? Remember? She was like, my husband, see, they were here. They saw this whole shit. No, she was like, my husband just passed away. And I'm like, oh my God, that's horrible, because I was just teasing her, and now I feel like an asshole, right? And I'm like, oh. I'm like, when did he pass away? She's like, 2 years ago. I was like, so the word just, and of course, like, look, you were still grieving and shit, but like, just, would choose my words better. That'd be like me saying, oh, I just lost my first tooth. They'd be like, what? Like, I just went through Holy Communion and shit. Like, what? Like, yeah, when I was 9. Like, oh, okay. And so we went and talked about her story for a second, and then I was like, I get it. The grieving process is crazy. The same day that I found out my son had to have heart surgery, I found out that a really close friend that I grew up with in Fernley passed away, died, and within the week, my stepdad died. All that happened in 1 week. So I looked her dead in the face and I went, I beat you. I said, oh shit, I got the little tap dance. Oh, trifecta's right. But I'm happy to report, man, we went down to Las Vegas for his surgery. I'm happy to report it could not have gone better. Yeah, it was crazy. I don't really have any jokes about it yet because it wasn't really funny. I will figure it out at some point where the humor was because it was just kind of one giant fucking stress shit, like it was very stressful the entire time, but it literally could not have gone any better. Not only did the surgery work, but the doctor said he doesn't anticipate him needing anything else going further, so it literally cannot be better. So I can't think of a better way to celebrate that shit than to be up here making fun of Panera Bread with you people. So, because it was crazy. It was the whole, again, man. I'm getting into this game very late in the game. Like I just turned 39, right? And I realize that's not old. Relax. Every time I say my age on stage, all the older guys are like, "Fuck you, dude." Fucking 39, you dick. You have no idea what's coming. I wish my balls were as tight as they were at 39. Got them wrapped around my waist, supporting my back and shit. Using them as a neck pillow on the plane. That's a visual joke. I'll wait until you guys all get that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a neck pillow. It's like a ball on each side. Excuse me, sir. We're beginning our descent. Oh. I always say that because as soon as I always mention like balls, all the old guys in the room are like, fuck yeah. Now that he mentions it. If you're wearing cargo pants, like I'm going to take them out of this pocket, put them in this pocket, and readjust my... So I get it. I'm not saying I'm old. I'm just saying I'm getting into the game late. Like my girlfriend, she already has 2 kids, right, from her marriage, which she's no longer in. Relax. I can feel everyone fucking being judgy. She switched providers, okay? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. She upgraded her data plan, okay? Happy to say now that she's on the unlimited plan. You know what I'm saying? I call it the 5G plan because she can get it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? She fucking hates that joke. She hates that joke. She hates it. And it never fails. It happened last week. She hates that joke, and I'll text her. She'll be like, how did it go? How'd the show go? And I'm like, it was good. And she's like, you didn't do that stupid 5G dick joke, did you? I'm like, bitch, don't tell me how to do my fucking job. You're not my wife yet. Shit. No, just kidding. I would never. No, honey, I didn't say that joke. But she's done this before, right? So the whole leading up to it, he was born the night that I was doing a show. I was doing a show in Reno. I was working at a different club, which I will not name. And I was working there that night. I got home. I was home by whatever, 10:30. She drove herself to the fucking hospital because it's only, from where we are, it's only, she timed it, like 4 minutes away. She didn't think she was going to be staying. She's like, something's not really, I just feel weird. I'm just going to get checked out. They're probably just going to discharge me. Within 10 minutes, she called me. They're keeping me. And then he was born at 4:22 in the morning. So it happened that fast. It was good. The whole week leading up to it, it was insane. Because like I said, she went in for a routine checkup. She called me up. She goes, I'm just letting you know how it went. The doctor says that I'm 5 centimeters dilated. And I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that means. Could you... She's like, well, 5 centimeters. At 10 centimeters, you push. That means we've started, like things have begun. And I'm like, oh, shit. So we locked it down. We didn't leave the fucking house that whole weekend. We just stayed in. We binge watched Breaking Bad and shit. She went and bought a fitness ball, and she sat there all weekend just like this. All weekend. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm trying to kind of get things moving. I'm trying to get it. And I'm like, you're just banging his head into your vagina. What the fuck? Like, I'm the only one who gets to do that. Like, what the... If you keep doing it, you're going to give him a concussion. Like, he's going to... He's going to come out all loopy and fucking slurring his words like a fucking 8-year NFL running back and shit. Class action lawsuits. Come on now. Like, stop. So, like, we went the whole, nothing happened that weekend, right? And the whole time, like, 5 centimeters dilated, I don't understand. And she gave me, like, a description. She's like, well, I'll give you an example. 5 centimeters, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm like, did you get fisted by your doctor, dude? What the shit happened? Again, I'm the only one who gets to do that. What the... Well, it's ridiculous. I don't know why that always, people laugh at like the first part of that fisting joke, and then when I go, I'm the only one who gets to do it, they go, oh my God, he doesn't really fist his girlfriend. It's like the tone changes drastically. It's like, once I've already said the word fisting, you should be in for the whole fucking joke, you know what I'm saying? But it's like a light switch turns off. It's like, it's weird. So I was concerned, right? So then she goes back, nothing happens a week, she goes back the following week. She's like, now we're 6 centimeters dilated. And I'm like, that's 1 centimeter in a week doesn't sound like a ton of progress to me. And she's like, no, it's a ton of progress. We've begun because today they swept my membrane. I'm like, I don't know, do you know what that is, man? It sounds fucking gross, doesn't it? Yeah, it's gross. And I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, well, they detached my sac. Now, look. As I've said, I'm new to this whole thing. I don't know what a lot of this stuff means. I'm learning as I go. I'm getting kind of on-the-job training here. All I know is, as a man, I don't want any of my doctor's appointments ending with the words, detach your sac, involved anywhere. They don't even have to be in order. I don't want any 3 of those words anywhere involved, anywhere at all. So I'm like, gross. She's like, well, it is. So here, I'll tell you what it is. She's like, the doctor sticks a finger in. I'm like, God damn it, here we go again. Like, what? And he swipes, and he detaches my sac, like, from the uterus. I don't know. He detaches it, which apparently is designed to jumpstart natural labor, as well as, it turns out, as my gag reflex, because gross. Now, just like that, man, it was nuts. It was so calm. It wasn't magical at all. It was just so basic when he came out. He just came out like a little kid at the fucking water park, just sliding out of, you know what I mean? Like, he just kind of popped out, and then he was all wet, and he's like, and it was like. The most stressful part for me leading up to it was naming the baby. That was hard for me, coming up with a name, right? Because it's like, if it was a girl, we had 2 beautiful names, like, picked out. It's just a matter of which one it was going to be. They were perfect. Really couldn't have gone wrong with either way. And as usual, anything else in life, a penis came along and fucked the whole thing up. Because you're trying to come up with guys' names, like, it's tough. Like, you hear a guy's name as a suggestion, and if you immediately have, like, an image of what that guy looks like with that name. Especially if you have, like, a previous memory attached to that name. Because she's throwing out suggestions, right? She's like, what about Jacob? I'm like, every Jacob I've ever met in my life eats his boogers. I don't mean, like, ate. I mean eats. Current. She's like, what about Sebastian? I'm like, Sebastian was a kid in 4th grade who bit me. Fuck that. It was a terrible story. Like, I'm haunted by this day. Like, Sebastian was mentally challenged, right? And he thought I was cutting in line, so he grabbed my arm. I just took a big old thing, and I slapped the shit out of Sebastian. And he fucking dropped. Like, poor Sebastian just wanted some square pizza. Tried to do what was right, and he got Will Smith. She's like, what about Chase? Ooh, I'm like, ooh, sounds like a date rapist. No. And people are trying to tell me, they're like, look, just let it happen. Like, when you see your baby be born, like, the name will just come to you. It'll be the first thing that pops in your head. You'll know, like, when you see. And I'm like, that's not going to work, because then the baby's name is going to be, ooh. That's going to be awkward in first grade, right? Timothy, here. Jocelyn, here. Oh. God damn it. You're labeling this kid for the rest of his life until he transitions and picks a fucking new name, you know? But until then, that's what he's stuck with. And here's the thing is she's got 2 kids, like I said, from her marriage, right? Previous marriage. And I love these 2 kids like they're my own, but they have the whitest fucking names I've ever heard in my life. She's got an 8-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy. Their names are Riley and Tucker. Holy shit. So I'm thinking like down the road. I'm thinking like I want my kid, because I'm Mexican. Relax. So I want my kid to have at least a little hint of biracial in his name, but it can't be too far. Even a little bit's going to go a long way. Like, I'm trying to think of when I got to discipline all 3 of these kids at the same time, and the shit's got to be, if it's even kind of too, like, ethnic, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. I can't yell at all 3 of them. Riley, Tucker, Pablo. That shit won't work. 2 of those things buy drugs from the 3rd thing, okay? I'm not going to do that to these kids. We settled on Owen. Owen is his name, yeah. Owen Oscar Ovius. So that's his full name, which is, I say it out loud, is way fucking whiter than both Riley or Tucker. So, boy, I lost that fucking battle, didn't I? We couldn't have picked a whiter name if his name was Rascal Flats Ovius. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I've been up here long enough. You guys ready to rock and roll? Yes, you ready for your next comedian? I got to pull out this laundry. This is a very impressive list. We got a special guest who's going to come up and talk to you guys, like I said, man. He's going to come up and have some fun with you guys. He has performed here before, and we always ask, like, hey, what do you want me to say? Like, how do you let them know, like, what you've done, where you've been? This is the most impressive fucking list I've ever heard in my life. The gentleman about to make his way to the stage has an MDA from USC. He went to law school, Southwestern. He's got a Master of Business Analytics from Syracuse University, and he's got a bachelor's degree from Campbell. Fucking smartest motherfucker that might have ever stepped foot in the city of Carson City. I'll fucking tell you that shit right now. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. J.C. Getz.
All right, I look exactly how you imagined. I have really small hands, so if I ever get a chick pregnant, that whole fisting analogy is going to be a little different. I'm going to be like, add a thumb. One fist and a thumb. But, right? I went through all that school because the VA was paying for it. And it's funny because you spend 15 years going to war, and you spend another decade doing all that school just to wind up telling dick jokes. It's crazy. Fuck, man. Pandemic, huh? Whoo! No more masks. The ugly stripper lobby is the only one fighting that. But pandemic was crazy. I kept, everybody's stuck in the house watching TV and shit, and everybody watching their Netflix and their Amazon, and I kept seeing this meme, and it said, oh, I finished Netflix. Like, it was like, oh, look at me, how cool, I finished Netflix. And I was like, I'm not impressed. You want to impress me? Finish Pornhub. If you don't have retarded chicks in your search history, I promise you have not finished Pornhub. Right? People get mad at you for using the word retard. It's my second favorite word in the English language. Any guesses on number one? Pornhub. It would be a search criteria in Pornhub, but it wouldn't be in my history. Faggot. Yeah, great fucking word. People get mad at you for using the word retard. But it's crazy because it's not retarded people that get mad at you for using the word retard. It's non-retarded people getting mad on a retarded person's behalf. Tell me that isn't some sort of retarded stolen valor. You guys into science? Yeah? Who's vaccinated? You're not into science. You're not into science. No, I'm into science a little bit. And one of the things I really like to keep up on is the CERN project, the particle accelerator. You guys heard of the Large Hadron Collider? Goes through like France, Switzerland, and Austria, I believe. And what they're doing is they're smashing atoms together, right? And I won't go into the Higgs boson, but they're smashing atoms together. And one of their stated goals is they're trying to intentionally create a black hole. They're trying to punch a black hole in time and space. I'm not sure it's the best idea. Last time someone intentionally punched a black hole in something, we got 20 years of the Kardashians. Right, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm that guy. I told you, go to all that school, tell dick jokes. But I was reading about it in 1977. You guys know what a phonograph is? You younger folks, a phonograph? A phonograph, it's, imagine an old like record, basically. And in 1977, NASA decided they were going to let anything in space know something about people on Earth. So they included things about culture and art and language and music, and didn't hear anything back. Last year, they sent, the now equivalent of a phonograph. I'm sure NASA's got some shit that we don't know about. And it included pictures of naked people. That's it, just pictures of naked people. The first aliens that come to make contact are going to be the ones that want to fuck us. It's going to suck even worse if the aliens that got the first one are the aliens that get the second one, if they're the same aliens. Because that first one in 1977, Michael Jackson was a black kid singing ABCs to white adults. They come back to Earth. Now, Michael Jackson's a white adult making little black kids sing their ABCs to him while he screams, "Beat it." I know. You guys into social media? No? All right, well, I'm going to give you a little nugget about social media. There's these things called trends. And when something is trending, I mean, you know what the word trend means, so I won't insult your intelligence. So recently I saw there was a trend on TikTok and what other shitty apps these kids use, and it's called vabbing. And what vabbing is when a woman masturbates, or females with vaginas, because nobody really knows what a woman is anymore. When a female with a vagina masturbates, they'll take their hands and rub it on their perfume parts. The intent is the pheromones are going to help attract mates. This, to me, is the best argument for why a gender pay gap is necessary. Because if you think you need to rub your pussy juice on your wrist and your elbows to get a dude to fuck you, you are not worth more than 77 cents on the dollar. Conversely, if you're a lady who needs to do that, the dude who could smell your pussy from across the bar, probably not the guy you want to take home. Yeah. So Leah Thomas, you guys know who Leah Thomas is? Leah Thomas is I call them trannies, I don't give a fuck. Leah Thomas is a trannie who was nominated to be the NCAA Woman of the Year for University of Pennsylvania, great Ivy League school. And that's the crazy part about it, because Leah Thomas is a dude, right? And I think if we're going to try to get general society more comfortable with the idea that dudes are going to start beating women in sports, I know I look like a dude who's into beating women, but I don't. So if we're going to try to ease society into it, I think they could have started with some other sports. I think basketball might have worked. They look like dudes already, right? Boxing might have worked, right? Because as dudes, we're not allowed to hit women, but if you're a tranny, lights out. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But I used to live in Los Angeles when I was at USC and then at law school, and I was out for my birthday at this Mexican restaurant, and we were walking out, and they have these high top tables. Just imagine, like right here, there's these little high top tables with 2 seats, and there's Sir fucking Paul McCartney, and there's his one-legged wife, Heather Mills. And I walk by, and I normally am not a starstruck guy because I don't give a fuck. They're not going to like me. So, but it's Paul McCartney, right? So I'm like, holy shit, Paul McCartney. He's like, oh, mate, what are you doing here, Maharis? I was like, Maharis? I was like, that fucker knows how to do Mexican J's. I've been calling that bitch Majerry's for like 20 years. So he's like, what are you doing here in Maharis? And I'm like, oh, we're celebrating my birthday, mate. I started speaking like a Brit. I just wanted to say cunt at some point, and you can't do that without a British accent. Yeah, right? So I'm like, oh, we're just celebrating my birthday. And he's like, oh, hey, you want me to sing you happy birthday? And I'm like, well, that's a little fucking presumptuous. But carry on, my wayward son. So there Paul McCartney is, singing me happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. But sounding like Paul McCartney. And most people in this situation would be like, holy fuck, Paul McCartney singing me happy birthday. It's not what I was thinking. I couldn't help think, this motherfucker got $1 billion, and he couldn't find a hot bitch with 2 legs. But then, the analytical mind that I have, I was like, maybe Paul McCartney really was the genius behind the Beatles. Even though this isn't really the real Paul McCartney. Some of you know that story. Yeah, you know. There's no fucking way. But he's doing a good job faking it. Anyways, maybe the not real Paul McCartney was the genius of the Beatles. Maybe it takes $1 billion to get that second leg out of the way. How many times that second leg got in the way? Right? Take that fucker off, throw it over the headboard. Lot more maneuverable. And I think chicks might want to be into that too, because the argument, oh, I didn't realize where I was putting it, that's not going to fly anymore. It's going to be pretty fucking obvious with that leg out of the way. I know. I speak about my nephew Bacon being retarded. They're calling it autism, but let's be honest, he's retarded. But the reason I think he's faking it, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. The reason I think he's faking it is because he's a handsome kid, he's athletic, and I defy anyone in this room to find a hot retard. We've all known retarded hot chicks. None of us has met a retarded hot chick. They don't fucking exist. So that's why I think he's fucking faking it. Yeah, they get mad. My parents get mad at me. They're stop talking shit on your nieces and nephews. I'm like, fuck them. Tell them to stop being retarded. I'm not the fucking retard here. No. But like Oscar was saying, I grew up on Long Island as a Catholic, so I just got out of Catholic school. So this is why I don't really have to work anymore. Some of you will get that. I grew up on Long Island in the 80s and went to Catholic school, so draw your own conclusions. But yeah, my mom, I remember I'm the youngest of 5, and I really think my mom was ahead of the bell curve when it came to the tranny stuff, because I was the only dude in twirling. Baton twirling, not like fucking ninja stick twirling, fucking rubber-ended baton twirling. And I remember, because I didn't know any better, so I was like, oh, it's fucking cool. I'm twirling like a fucking Ninja Turtle fucking staff. This is great. And but it was fucked up, because they weren't really being inclusive, because they put me right in the front of that fucking marching group and paraded us down all the fucking streets for all the goddamn weirdos to be like, oh, look at that cute little boy. Because I was a towhead. I had blonde hair, blue eyes. So you know I definitely went to confession a lot with Father Lawrence when I was a kid. I was their type. But I know. But like Oscar was saying, my little brother's name is Tucker. So we have that in common. He's a cool kid. He's the not retarded one. Yeah. Yeah. So Joe Biden was on Twitter the other day. I mean, Joe Biden was on Twitter the other day, right? He's still alive, apparently. But and he was tweeting, and I was like, fucking, I miss Trump so much. I mean, besides all the solid economic policy, non-interventionist foreign policy, you know, the progressive tax system being a crock of shit to steal money and transfer wealth, but the World Bank being a crock of shit. Oh, besides all that, he was fucking funny. And it got me thinking, what if past presidents had Twitter? I can see July 5th, 1776, Thomas Jefferson tweets, you guys know what I meant by old man, right? All right, that'll do it for me. You guys have a fucking stud coming up. This guy's the fucking man.
Rock and roll. Keep it going. JC Getz. I gotta tell you, if I had a nickel for every time I knew someone with an MDA from USC say faggot retard, I'd be a fucking millionaire right now. It's more common than you think. I was so caught up in talking about my son earlier that I forgot to acknowledge that we have a birthday in the house. Isn't that true? Right? Someone came up to me, or did I just fucking have a stroke and dream all that shit? Is there an Ernie in the house tonight? Ernie, is that you? Who did this, God damn it? Is that you, Ernie? In the Aces hat? Or is it in the Aces hat right here? Oh, you're Ernie. Oh, okay. Ernie, what's that? Is it your birthday today, Ernie? Give it up for Ernie, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. And it's today, right? Today is your actual birthday. Yeah. That's how a fucking man celebrates his birthday. Is he does it on the actual day, and then at midnight, don't fucking talk about it anymore. Right? Like, if it was a woman, it would be like, is your birthday? Yay! And like, when? 7 weeks ago. Like, fuck off. She's like, what? It's my birthday solstice. I'm so glad you came out to celebrate with us, man. Are you enjoying the show so far? Is it worth it? Yes? All right, good. And I also heard, well, let me ask you, how old are you turning today, Ernie? 72? Holy Moses. They said that you weren't going to admit it, so I'm glad you had the balls to admit it, because otherwise I'd have been up here for another 20 minutes fucking tearing you apart. 72. That is amazing. I once had 3 more than a 69, and it was fucking great. So good for you. I hope you enjoy the same tonight. Is that where we doing a little wife swapping tonight? Is that what's happening at that table? Or what? You never know. It's Carson City. Well, listen, Ernie, in honor of your birthday, because they told me before the show, and I guess that I spaced on mentioning it when I was up here earlier, so I apologize. But in honor of your birthday, I have a gift coming. I DoorDashed some Panera bread for you. Their salads are wonderful. So, hey, how about this? On the count of 3, let's give it up for Ernie and say happy birthday. 1, 2, 3, happy birthday! Thank you for coming out, my man, all right? All right, now let's get your headliner up here. You guys ready to rock? Yes, you ready for your headliner? I'll tell you what, man, you guys are going to have an absolute blast with this gentleman. There was a time for about a 2-year period when I was living in Las Vegas where I worked with this gentleman every single night, sometimes multiple times a night in multiple different clubs all over Las Vegas. Almost every single goddamn night. It was always a pleasure. I haven't seen him or worked with him since the pandemic, so I was happy to be here tonight again. He has been doing comedy for many, many years. He's been everywhere. He's done it all, seen it all, but I always like to mention that he was featured in one of the greatest movies of all time, the motherfucking Terminator. That is no shit. Give it up for my good buddy, the very funny Mr. Ron Coleman.
Thank you, Oscar Ovius and JC. All right. What a pumped up crowd. All right. It's great to be here. Great to see smiling faces with no mask. I was in Fort Worth, Texas last week. It's good to see people with teeth. Holy fuck. Oh, don't go to that place. Wow. Wow. Wow, a lot of couples here tonight. That's good. I used to be part of a couple. Yeah, not anymore. Yeah. I was married to a school teacher. I used to write her poetry, and she'd correct it and give it back to me. That bitch. She was always correcting me. I'd say, do you want some more coffee? She'd say, would you like some more coffee? Do you want to go out to dinner? Would you like to go out to dinner? Do you want to have sex? No. Then she'd say stupid stuff like, you don't motivate me. You don't inspire me. I said, what am I, fucking Tony Robbins? What are you, training for the Olympics all of a sudden? You want me to cheer you on when you make a sandwich? She said, oh, what do you know? You're always at the gym. You're always working out. Why don't you take me to the gym so I can lose some of this baby fat? I said, baby fat? The kid's 16. You know? Have him drive you to the park. Run around a little. Go play kickball with a kid or something. Yeah. I admit, I got married way too young. Yeah, I was 42. That's way too young to be throwing your life away in some pipe dream like that. I think if you're going to get married, you should wait till you're at least 47. That's too fucking young, too. Oh, that's 47. You should wait till you're 60. That's my advice. Yeah. Have a kid when you're 62. Yeah. That way when he's 18, you'll be 80. So if he turns out to be a loser, you'll be almost dead. Boy, your son's a real loser. I know. Leave me alone. I'll be dead soon. So how many married people do we have here tonight? Oh, quite, how many happily married people? Oh, wow. You're never doing that. I know what you're talking about. I ain't ever doing that shit again. Wow. Are you two married? Who's married here? Oh, are you going out? Oh, yeah. You're what? Oh, yeah, you don't want to go out with your fucking niece. Oh, shit. I know it's Carson City and everything, but you don't want to be doing that shit. Oh, wow. Oh. Yeah, my nephew got married about 2 years ago. He was in Los Angeles. I live in Las Vegas. He calls me up and says, hey, we're coming to Las Vegas for my bachelor party. Right? So he shows up in Vegas with like 15 guys, and we end up in a strip club called Little Darlings, right? Yeah. Oh, have you heard of it? You ever been there? Yeah. They're not that little, are they? Holy shit. They should call it Little Dumplings. Oh. No, they're not overweight. They're like these bodybuilder chicks. They're huge. You can hear them in the back doing squats and deadlifts. I walked in there. I said, my God, are these strippers or lumberjacks? One of them looked like Lou Ferrigno. That's not even a good look for Lou. You know, the stripper pole's all bent and shit. I paid $20 for a lap dance. My legs went numb. And they all have tattoos. I like some tattoos. But when you have a tattoo of a Harley-Davidson dealership across your chest, maybe you've gone a little too far. This one girl says, well, I have a tattoo on the small of my back. I said, you don't have a small of your back. You got a big fucking back. You got a back like Brock Lesnar. It was the craziest bachelor party ever. We drank for a week straight. Be careful drinking. I used to drink a lot. One time I got really drunk. I said, that's it. I'm quitting. I went to Alcoholics Anonymous. I walked in there. I said, I'm Ron, and I'm an alcoholic. They said, Ron, this is a AAA meeting. Oh, great, because I need a tow truck. I had to quit drinking, boy. It was out of control. I was in a nightclub one time. I met this smoking hot Latina woman. Oh, she was gorgeous. She had long, luscious legs, beautiful boobs. She had a cute little Latina face. She looked like Jennifer Lopez. I woke up next morning, she looked like fucking George Lopez. I went right to rehab. And she didn't speak a word of English. I have no idea how I met her. I sure as hell didn't know what to do with her. So the next morning, I just dropped her off at Home Depot. I figure she'll migrate back into the community. I picked her up a week later to do some landscaping and shit. She's a hard worker, that woman. She's going to go far. So now I'm back out in the single world. Boy, that's a lot of fun. How many single people we have here tonight? Oh, one guy. 2 people. All right. The rest of you go, nah, rest of her shack. Are you married? Oh, is it your wife? Oh, I thought maybe you left her at home or something. Oh. How long have you been married? 7 years. Wow. In a row? Congratulations. Wow. How's that going so far? Excellent. Good fucking answer. He's been trained well after 7 years. Wow. What's the secret of your success? Do the what? Train well. You listen to what she says? Oh, wish I would have thought of that shit. I'd still be married. Yeah, me and my wife didn't get along much. We did a lot more towards the end of our marriage. We didn't communicate. They say communication is the key to a good relationship. Is that true? Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's why I fucked up. We didn't communicate. We did a lot more towards the end of our marriage, mostly through our lawyers. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we communicated so much through our lawyers are now engaged. Yeah, great guys, Phil and Ernie. They're going to do well. They communicate well. Yeah. They said you should never go to bed angry. Yeah. The entire time I was married, I never once went to bed angry. I slept on the futon quite a bit. Yeah. I woke up pretty fucking pissed off. I never went to bed angry. Yeah. And now I'm out dating. I don't know. I have a date next week. It's a first date. Don't you hate first dates? Especially the end, that awkward moment. You're standing there, she's standing there. Then you got to pay her. Just ruins the entire evening. It went well. Yeah, it went well until the end. I went out with this waitress from the comedy club a couple weeks ago. Yeah, we both worked nights. So I took her on a little picnic. Then we went horseback riding. That night at the club, she was walking kind of funny. She told all the other waitresses that she spent the day riding a horse. Now I got all these waitresses calling me up. Won't they be disappointed? I went out with this aerobics instructor I met at the gym. She asked me if I wanted to go skiing with her and a bunch of her friends. I said, oh, yeah, I want to go. So I went out and bought new skis, boots, poles, gloves, had a brand new ski outfit with a lightning bolt down the leg. I looked hot, boy. I felt like such an idiot when we got to the lake. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Seems like all the women I meet are alcoholics. You know. It's probably because I meet them in bars, but still. Yeah. I date a lot of dumb women, too. I was going out with this younger woman. She was dumb as a rock. Oh, I miss her. Yeah. One time I asked her if she liked art, and she said, art who? She actually thought my last name was Marriott, because that's what the towels in my bathroom said. God, she was dumb. I miss her so much. I'm going to call her. Yeah. So I'm getting older now. I started getting in shape. Started eating right. You know, I went to I had to go get one of those physicals. I had to get one of those proctology tests. Oh, you ever get one of those, sir? No? You ever got one? Oh, see me after the show. I learned how to do it on YouTube. Yeah. We'll film the whole thing, put it on TikTok. The kids will love it. So I go in for this proctology exam. It's horrible. They leave you in this freezing room for 45 minutes in this little paper sheet. Finally, the doctor comes in, right? The guy's like 6'2", 230 pounds. I was like, really? You couldn't give me a petite Asian guy with skinny fingers? Right? This guy looked like a linebacker from the Rams from 1992, right? I went to shake his hand. It was like a catcher's mitt. Right? So he starts giving me this exam. It's the most painful experience of my life. At one point, I think he lost his ring and was trying to find it up in there, right? He finally gets done, doesn't say a word, just walks out of the room. I'm thinking, that's kind of weird. Then the nurse comes in and says, who was that guy? Yeah. Says, oh, yeah, that's what I said. Oh, man. Wow. Oh, wow. How long did you go out for before you were married? 8 years? Yeah, well, I rush it. Yeah, 8 years. You strung her along for 8 years. That's great. And you were okay with that? What?
You wanted to get married, not me.
Oh! Oh, it was your idea. Dude, you're a fucking genius. Getting her to think it was her idea. That's fucking brilliant. Holy shit. God damn. It was my idea. I know. It was your idea. Holy shit. I don't know. Marriage is weird. I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, my nephew got married 2 years ago. He's all excited, because he's still in that honeymoon stage. That's the best part of marriage, isn't it? The honeymoon stage. Oh, let's go wine tasting. Let's go hot air ballooning. Let's go canoeing down the Colorado River. Yeah. Give it a couple fucking years. What do you want to do? I don't know. What do you want? You want to go to Big Lots? Yeah. They're having a big sale on canned goods. We'll take the minivan. Get right over there. That's when you know the marriage is going south. Yeah. No. You know when you know the marriage is over? When she starts dragging around those goddamn garage sales. Holy shit, has she done that yet? No, that's why you're happy. After those piece of shit garage sales you women love, right? Oh. My ex-wife loved the garage sales. Right? Every time I go on the road, she would have a garage sale. Sell all my shit. She sold my favorite shirt one time. I had this classic edition Rolling Stones t-shirt. It was beautiful. I love this fucking shirt. She sold it at a garage sale. Right? I didn't even know. We're having a 4th of July party. This guy comes over wearing my shirt. I said, that's a cool shirt. I got one just like that. He says, I bought this at your garage sale for 50 cents. A bitch sold my favorite shirt for 50 cents. Right? I'm trying to buy it back from the guy for $2. He's like, no way, man. This is a classic. You know how much this thing is worth? I said, yeah, I fucking do. Yeah, I'm trying to buy it back from the guy for $2. He's like, no way. I don't know. That's when you know the marriage is over. We were eating dinner one night. My wife says, oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you, we're having a garage sale Saturday. I said, no, we're not. No, we're not. You're having a garage sale Saturday. I'm watching the game. Leave me out of your garage sale, right? So Saturday comes along. I'm in the house watching the game. She's out there selling the rest of my shit. Right? She comes back in the house and says, I have to go potty. You think you could stand out there for a few minutes? I said, oh, no, I don't want to go out there. She said, please. I'm like, fuck. So I'm standing out there just minding my own business. This guy comes up and says, how much for the picture frame? I said, I don't know, $1. He goes, that's too much. Really, $1, $1 for a picture frame is too much? So I picked it up, I broke it in half. I said, there, now it's 50 cents. And it doubles as a puzzle. Take it home, put it back together again. Right? We were selling a shop vac. There's a shop vac for sale for $20. The guy says, $20? I said, yep, $20. He said, well, the one back there is newer. How much is that? I said, one back there doesn't work, but I'll sell it to you for 10. He says, well, it doesn't work. I said, that's why it's 10. I was going to throw it in the trash. You want to buy it for 10? I'll sell it to you for 10. He says, well, when are you going to throw it in the trash? I said, I don't know. I'm not throwing the trash for a month, but you know what I'm going to do before I throw it in the trash? I'm going to light it on fire. Then I'm going to throw it in the fucking trash. Right? We were selling a toaster oven. There's a toaster oven for sale, and this couple's arguing over it. The wife wanted to buy it. The husband goes, well, it's used and everything. I said, yeah, it's used at a fucking garage sale. All this shit's used. We keep the new shit in the house. You want new stuff? You know, go Target. Go over to fucking Target and buy your goddamn toaster oven. Right? We were selling an aquarium, a 30-gallon fish tank. This kid comes up and says, does it come with fish? Does it come with fish? I said, you see any fish in there? I go, what do you think, the fish are in the house sleeping, you stupid ass? Right? I said, how old are you? And the kid says, 12. I said, what are you doing at a garage sale? Why aren't you out playing soccer, baseball, burning ants with a magnifying glass, doing something constructive? He says, well, I'm out looking for Pokemon cards. I said, Pokemon cards? What? I go, hold on a minute. I go in the house. I come back. I hand him a Playboy magazine. I said, here you go. It's a new version of Pokemon. Later that night, About 8 o'clock, I'm watching TV. There's a knock on the door. I answer the door. It's this dumbass kid again. Hey, you got any more of them Pokemon cards? I think I changed this kid's life. Right? We're at the garage. My wife was selling a DVD player. There's a DVD player on the ground, a little sticker. It says $6. This guy says, does it work? I said, I don't know. He said, well, if it doesn't work, can I bring it back? I said, no. You live in Vegas. It's $6. Gamble a little bit. You take it home, you plug it in. If it works, you got a DVD player for $6. If it doesn't work, you know what you do? You have a garage sale, and you sell it to one of these other fucking idiots, right? Then they'll have a garage sale. They'll just wander from neighbor to neighbor to neighbor for the next 10 fucking years. Like one of those fruitcakes at Christmas time nobody fucking wants. Yeah. Eventually my wife will come home. Look, I bought a DVD player for $28 fucking dollars. Yeah, I don't know. Never, I started doing internet dating. Anybody here do internet dating? Nobody, just me. No wonder I'm not meeting anybody. Yeah. I started doing it a couple of years ago, but I was kind of skeptical and really fucking cheap. So I went on that free site called Craigslist. Oh, I'll be honest with you, it's not that great. I went out with this one woman. She had like these painted on, fucked up looking eyebrows, missing a chunk of her ear. But it's Craigslist. What are you gonna do? It's like the dog pound for women. Oh, it's great for buying a lawnmower, not so much for women, right? Yeah. No. So I take her out on this nice romantic dinner date to Applebee's. All right, I figure I met her on Craigslist. I'm not springing for Red Lobster. Yeah. Besides, if she's on Craigslist, she's never been to those fancy places like Spago and Olive Garden and shit, right? So we're having this nice romantic dinner, had a couple cans of champagne there. Fucking Little League team at the table next to us crying about how they lost their game. So I started talking to her. I said, so what do you do for a living? And she says, I'm an esthetician. And I said, what is that? And she says, well, I own my own salon. We do waxing and threading. We work with people's skin. She said, you should come over some night and I'll give you a facial. And I said, I was thinking the same thing. She won't return my calls anymore. And everybody's saying, what are you doing on Craigslist? Get off Craigslist. Get on Tinder. Have you heard of Tinder? Yeah, that's where the woman's picture pops up on your phone. She's kind of hot. You swipe right. She's got those Charlie Manson eyes. You swipe left really fucking fast. The problem was I had a flip phone, right? I couldn't swipe. I could only flip. Yeah. And everybody say, what are you doing with a flip phone? Get rid of that thing. Get an iPhone. iPhones are the best. So I finally break down and I get an iPhone, right? I don't even know how to work the damn thing. I mean, I make a phone call. I just can't do anything important like check my stocks or send a dick pic or something. It's just sad. I actually tried that once. Right? I was going out with this woman named Carla, and it was Carla's birthday. I figured, what the hell? It's her birthday. I'm going to send her a dick pic, right? So I write happy birthday, and I send this picture off. Oh, it'll be great. She'll love it. What could go wrong, right? 10 minutes later, I get this text from my buddy Carl saying, dude, is that your dick? And I said yes, because what am I doing? I can't even lie to him. No. It's not my dick. It's my neighbor's dick. I just happen to have it on my phone. I thought you might want to take a look at it, right? I got nothing, right? So I said, yes, it is. And he says, well, thanks, but it's not my birthday. Which I thought was kind of an odd fucking thing to say, right? I said, oh, my bad. And he says, that's cool. Thanks anyway. Whatever, Carl. Yeah. Oh, and then about a month later, right, it's my birthday. And I get this text from my buddy Carl. Yeah, apparently we've started this new tradition. Where on our birthdays, we take pictures of our junk and send it to each other. Who knew? And my buddy Carl happens to be a black guy, right? So I opened up this text. I was like, holy shit! My God, is that impressive. No wonder Carl's so popular with the ladies, right? At first, I thought it was a baby seal. I was like, holy shit. Thank you very much. Enjoy your night. Get back out there and gamble. Thank you.
Ron Coleman, ladies and gentlemen. He really was in Terminator. Go home and rent that shit. Go find it and watch it. And there's the scene. What is it? The scene where he's like, "I'll be back," right, Ron? And he chucks you through a window or some shit. Yeah, he really does. He played the "I'll be back" that scene where then he destroys the police station. He's a cop and he gets fucking chucked through. It's awesome. Go back. I sat there. I know that guy. Can you imagine being Ron and getting a fucking dick pic like that? Like, kudos for him for still wanting to have sex after that. You know, like that'd be like thinking you're a really good basketball player and then playing one-on-one with LeBron James and shit. Like, it'd make me never want to fucking play again in my life. Like this. Did you guys have fun tonight? Everyone enjoy themselves? Yes? Ernie, was it worth it? Rock and roll, sir. You go home and you wife swap the shit out of that table. You have yourselves... I don't know where your fucking Panera Bread is, but that driver's going to get 2 stars. I'll tell you that right now. Listen, guys, thank you so much for coming out. Let's give it up one more time for our guest. And tonight we had JC Getz in the house. He popped in, hung out with us. Make some noise one more time for your headliner, Mr. Ron Coleman. Thanks so much for coming out Friday. I'm Oscar Ovius. Have a good night. Peace.